Welcome back, everybody. We want to take a little break from all our Winter Storm Bailey coverage this afternoon to have some holiday fun. Christmas is coming up, and if you're stuck at home in the snow, why not bake some cookies?
Sounds good to me. Channel 3's Scott Haney and better producer Jamie are both stuck at home, but that didn't stop her from showing him her grandmother's Italian cookie recipe.
Oh, I'm getting ready for some cookies. I'm getting ready for some Antoinettes. All right, so you've heard us talk about our executive producer, Jamie, and how she loves to cook and bake. Well, she's even made some things on the show before. Since it's almost Christmas, she's sharing her grandmother's Antoinette recipe. Jamie, first of all, I want to make sure I'm saying the name right. It's Antoinette cookies, is that right?
Yes, or Italian cookies. Most people call them Italian cookies. Antoinette is kind of a fancy name.
Okay, and these are the little kind of round balls with icing on top, right?
Your favorite, yes. I will try to drop some on your front steps since, we're both at home right now. I'll just ring the doorbell and I'll leave them for you.
Sounds good. All right, so how do we begin? Where do we begin? I know, I miss you too.
This is actually my Irish grandmother's recipe, believe it or not. And she's kind of, my Italian grandmother was a great cook. My Irish grandmother was a baker, so I got all my baking skills from her. She just turned 92. I think they have a picture of her and I together. She, up until, last year, she would have her great granddaughters over the house and she would do baking day with them. So even, Juliana would go over there, my cousin's daughters. You would never know she was 92, Scott. She's unbelievable. We're trying to stay, cautious during the pandemic.
Right. Okay. So she's got a great recipe and she's making some great cookies.
Yes, she makes phenomenal cookies. So let's get started. So first I have 2 sticks of butter, very healthy. So I'm going to put this in my KitchenAid mixer. I have 2 cups of sugar. That goes in.
All right. 2 cups of sugar. That's a good start.
It makes a ton of cookies, I promise. So 3 large eggs. And then a mixer going. And you're going to cream this together. So easy so far. You got me so far?
And you've been baking these. Yeah, you've been baking these forever because I remember you giving me like as a gift many, many years ago.
It's a good gift, right?
Oh, it's an awesome gift. I love this. And I think people like that too. I think they like to get homemade things.
I agree. I mean, I think people are a little bit scary now because, they're a little scared because of the pandemic, but, I'm clean. I washed my hands, not like you. I don't lick the spoon.
Okay.
So now I have to go on my tippy toes because I'm so short. So now we're going to put in a pound of, I say ricotta cheese.
Oh, okay.
But that's not how I say it. We're going to put in
a tablespoon.
Yeah, a tablespoon of lemon extract. Throw that in there. And then the zest of a lemon. 1 good sized lemon. This is a microplane. It's my favorite kitchen tool. You can do so much with it. So it's very easy. The one thing you have to really be careful of with lemons, just get the outside yellow part. If you start to get the white inside, that's a little bit bitter. So you don't want that. So I'm just going to kind of zest this and put that in. This may take me a few minutes. Just a second. So once we have all that nice lemon zest in for the flavor, I'm going to toss that in there. Then I'm going to take a separate bowl. I'm going to take 5 cups of flour. Makes a lot of cookies.
Wow, that's a lot of cookies.
5 teaspoons of baking powder.
Baking powder,
and then
okay.
2 teaspoons of baking soda.
All right.
I'm going to mix that in. Get this going with our ricotta and our lemon. And then you really, the last step. I know, so good. I wish you could smell the lemon, Scott. I know you love it. So then the last step really
I think I can smell it from here.
You just want to gradually add your dry mixture to the wet mixture. So it just takes a minute. And I just use like a little measuring cup so that I just do a little bit at a time. And you're going to add that all in. We're just going to dump it in a little bit faster for the sake of television so that I could show you how I scoop them out.
I mean, other than the
It's easy, right?
microplane, I think I could actually do this recipe. Yeah.
I think you could too. And it makes a ton. So this will make about 10 dozen cookies.
Oh my God, that's a lot of cookies.
And I already made a batch. I made the kids help me yesterday. I had made a batch. And I made Marcello and Juliana help me roll them. And Marcello, he's a phenomenal baker and cook, in his own right. He's 13. He was like, oh my God, Mom, can we just stop? This is taking so long. So we rolled out the entire, I have bags upon bags. And the other thing I will say while I'm just adding the last bit of this in, these freeze really well. So it's always the first cookie I make in the season because I'll make them. And I won't ice them. I just freeze them in a single layer. Let's just get this last bit in a single layer in freezer bags. And then when you're ready to
That's great. It's a great idea.
serve them, when you're ready to serve them or, give them as a gift, you take them out and you ice them. So now we have our dough. It's going to stick to the paddle, but you get the idea.
Yep.
So then you're going to take a parchment paper lined baking sheet. Always use parchment paper.
Yeah.
Then they don't stick. It's easier to clean up. Let me just move some stuff around. You can tell I bake a lot because my baking sheet is very used. And I have a cookie scoop. So this is my tip. The dough is very sticky. Sometimes I put it in the refrigerator for a little while before I scoop them. It makes them easier. But if not, I spray a little bit of baking spray, like ham, on the scoop and on my hands. That way they won't stick. And you just take, this is a small cookie scoop. I'm OCD, so they have to be all the same size. And you're just going to scoop one out.
Okay.
And then you just put them, you could fit a lot. They don't really expand too much. So you can fit a lot on the baking sheet. And then you're going to bake them at 350 for about 10 minutes. You'll see the bottoms will be nice and golden. And then when you take them out, as I drop things all over my kitchen, they're going to look like this. You can see them.
Oh my gosh, those look amazing.
So this is the cookie, and they're really good like this, but as most people like them, they're iced. So super easy to make the icing. You just take powdered sugar. I don't measure it out. I don't have a big recipe for it. And I just gradually add a little bit of milk and a tiny bit of lemon extract. Okay. And then you just whisk it until you get a little glaze going. Super easy. It's delicious. And then you just take your cookie, and I just dip them right in on the top.
Oh, so you take them and dip
them
right in.
You could dye this. You dip them, and they come out. And you could dye the glaze with food dye. You could do red or green. If it's Easter, you could do pink or... I don't want to take out my food dye, but I'll just dip them, and then I'll put some Christmas sprinkles on them, and you're good to go with a nice little festive holiday cookie. They're so good, so easy. I think you could even make them, Scott.
All right, thank you, Jamie. We appreciate it. Hey, if I don't see you, happy holidays.
I know. I'll come by once we're ready. Once we could leave the house. Once we have permission, I'll swing by.
Okay, sounds good. All right, thanks, Jamie. We appreciate it. Miss you.